Here it is. Ben V has a dresser in his room. The dresser belonged to JWW, Johnny Wayne Wells, and it was given to me when I moved into the guest room at Copperfield in Lexington, and it was mine throughout the Matrix trilogy, and now it's given to Ben V. You say, well, what's the connection? Ben V is the son of Don Denny, the Word of God. Okay, he is the brother of Liz, okay, who is the Arabian Jesus, and he is the stepbrother of the 47 Paul Walker, who is Mitchell Gist. Mitch Gist had a football accident when he was in high school. They couldn't get the helmet off, and he lived in the basement in Louisville. Okay, they were all U of L fans, Cardinals, and that's my uncle, okay? But listen, I'm not related to any of them. I'm a foster kid. My dad is Anton LaVey. My mom is Princess Diana. I've been trying to get the message out to the native girl that this is what's going on. Okay, I've done the research. I have it all, detailed in my life of what has gone on. I know about gang stalking. I know about all of this horrible stuff that happens to people. It's all been done to me, okay? And Ben V is now standing in the holy place because when you see it and the A pyramid on the TV, you see Ben V there too. He is not supposed to be there. This is Jelly Roll. This is not okay. All right, so listen to me. What happened was Johnny Wayne Wells was the it, okay, and he was the A. And this is after Robert Shaw died, okay? Robert Shaw died in the 70s, and that was Jesus, okay? If you've ever seen Jaws, the biggest blockbuster of all time, and if you've heard about Robert Shaw, he was a female that was inside of his body, and he covered 6 and 7, which is known as Building 7. That's Philadelphia in Laodicea. And Robert Shaw was Jesus. Now, after him was immediately the Star Seeds. And then you go to Star Wizards. Then you go to Warlocks. Then you go to Legion. Then you go to Rapture Sweetness. And then that's it. That's all the generations. So the Star Seeds, they had what started with the A and the It character. The It is the clown. And the clown is the Freemasons. And it is order out of chaos. And in the 70s was like it is kind of right now. Like you had all these little hills of attacks, crimes, shootings. Okay, so the A and the It are for end times. This is all end times scenario. The A is Abaris, which is like not burdensome. Like you're supposed to treat the A with respect at all times. Okay? And the A is supposed to be a good person. And the A is someone that you respect. Okay? And when it says in the Bible, like, the earth and heavens were passed away. Were passed away. Away. Like, you can interpret that to mean that to pass the test, you have to do it A's way. So, okay, so Johnny, he got the A taken away from him, okay? When my brother was born, which is Johnny's sister's firstborn son, his A was taken away. And the thing about Johnny's life is all depicted in Back to the Future. That's all Johnny. So if you think Johnny screwed up, or, well, what did Johnny do wrong? It's all in the 70s and in the 80s films. What went on with Johnny? My brother was born 88. Okay? So 1988, my brother became the A. 1989, I was born. And I lived in Buckingham Palace until 93. 93, my parents had to give me up because they were on the run. Okay, and they gave me up at Martinique, which was where my parents took their delayed honeymoon, because the other It character, who is George Curious, my dad's brother, okay, my dad's brother, he wrecked my mom and dad's wedding. So they took their honeymoon late, and they got me on their honeymoon. That's the story I've been told, okay? So George Curious, he became the It at that wedding. Okay? And that's in 84. Alright? So Johnny was still the A for 4 more years. And then my brother was born. But he was not It. Okay? So what happened was, I was in Campbellsville, Kentucky, in 93. And we were in the woods doing an adventure. JWW was confused and misled because he thought he had to rape someone to get into the military to be accepted. All right, he free fell through the citadel numerous times. Now, at the same time, Don took my brother to Hawaii to meet who was going to take care of Don's son, who is Ben V. And that he did that because Blake was the A, my brother. And that he would have to stand up for all of the characters, for Jesus's writings to go through. Now, Jesus is the daughter of Don. She wasn't born yet. Okay, but he went to Hawaii to assure that all of this would get done. He did not know anything about JWW having all this confusion with him in his head. So, and pure evil, okay? So, I took a baseball bat and I beat the shit out of JWW. And Paul Walker, Mitch Gist, helped me. And and we both got beat up by the whole family for sticking up for Ben V. Okay? That's what happened. And that's one of Paul Walker's spirit weapons. You have to have 3 spirit weapons to make it into the industry. That's one of his. So, at that moment, I became the A. Me. My name is really Prolemerus LeVay. That's my name. Prolemerus LeVay. And like JWW was no longer the it from 84 and he was no longer the A. And my brother was no longer the A. Okay, I took it away from my brother. So then flash forward all these years, and I had an intense relationship with this Native American woman in O-Town. And I did not breathe off of what I was hooking off of. That would have been a Famke Janssen. Like, she was a woman. Now, Ben V, the thing about him is that he has these U-turns. He forgets all of the information. He accumulates and accumulates, and then he U-turns himself and forgets it all. I tried to help him. I tried to help and say, no, look, you just U-turned. And his grandma thinks that he's a bitch, like a girl. And she sent him to Playboy. And it's all fucked up. Like, it's a fucked up situation with how like he was supposed to progress. Like I have him as my apprentice to progress, but he disconnects. Like the YouTube, he does not like think of it as a real person. He disconnects. Like so like he didn't progress. He got worse. And now what he's breathing off of, everything in his house that's not his, like when I got the dresser, it was because it was mine. That's not his. That's not his dresser. And like he's breathing off of it, and it's that Johnny from the shows now. This woman having sex, and it makes you feel like you're a bitch if you're a man. And if you're a bitch, it makes you feel like you're the man. So he's breathing off of that, and now he's the A with the it. And like, that's the abomination of desolation. It's not anything else. I'm not playing around anymore. You guys are fucking false prophets. I'm not messing around. Like you got some serious work to do. Like you better like do obeisance and get on the ground and beg God for forgiveness. I mean, I just Dan Barrett, like I can't even believe you, man. Like, like no, man. This look, that's what happened, okay, and that's the story. Like he goes really deep because everything got fucked up. Like they fucked it up even more because they're not good people. That's what happened.